What's going on, guys? So today we're driving a 2007 Chevrolet Avalanche. Now, one of the cool things about this truck is that it doubles as a sport utility vehicle and a pickup truck, but we'll get into that later. Now, for your history lesson of GM, General Motors was founded back in 1908, and the company was founded by William Durant as a holding company because he was the owner of Buick, and there were fewer than 8,000 cars on the road back in 1908. And General Motors was founded, and over the years it acquired all these other car companies, such as Pontiac, Oldsmobile. It founded Chevrolet a couple years later. And the company just built this diverse portfolio of these cars and trucks that all these people would buy. So you have Cadillac for the more upper-level prestige consumers, but then you also have Chevrolet for your basic needs car for, the everyday Joe. Today, General Motors is a highly successful company, despite the fact that they had Chapter 11 bankruptcy that they filed for back in 2009. Their output per year is about 10 million vehicles worldwide. So when you consider the fact that this company has all these different brands associated with it, they're doing pretty good. So what we're driving here is the second generation Chevrolet Avalanche, and this is the successor to the highly successful first generation. That one ran from 2002 to 2006, and this generation that I'm driving here is the 2007 to 2013. Now, this is based loosely on the Chevrolet Suburban because it's got the long wheelbase, so it can accommodate the bed back there, but it allows perfect versatility for someone who's looking to, carry people around, whether they're getting together or going on a cross-country road trip, but also it doubles as a pickup truck, so you can carry a lot of stuff back there. The person who owns this truck has been using it for everything under the sun, from going to parties to using it for work every single day, for general contracting, and the back is loaded up pretty much to the brim, and 200,000 miles later, this thing still runs like a champ. So it's definitely a car that's built for longevity, and it's definitely a truck that you're going to get your return on investment on it when you're driving it, so you will not be disappointed with it at all. So the Chevrolet Avalanche is related to its sister vehicles, the Chevrolet Silverado, the GMC Yukon, the Chevy Tahoe, and also the Hummer H2. So while it is similar underneath to its siblings, it's actually quite different on the outside. So it's got the same front end as a Tahoe or as a Suburban, but it's very capable in different ways. So that allows people who are in the market for a car that has the nice amenities of an SUV, but also offers the abilities as a pickup truck. Well, this is the perfect match right here. So the different trim levels for this truck are the LS, the LT, and the LTZ, and the options change with this vehicle as you go up in trim. So, when you go from the base LS to the top of the line LTZ, you go from cloth seats to leather seats. You get a premium navigation, you get a very nice Bose audio system to it, sunroof, electric seats, 20-inch rims, and the list goes on and on. But the thing is, you look at these trim levels, these names, and I don't think anybody knows what they mean at all. Not even the people at GM. They just figured, well, let's just add more letters and people will know that it's a higher trim. It's like when you look at a person's name and you see all these titles following their name, like MBA, MSc, DMD, so on and so forth. You just know that it's more prestigious and it's better equipped. Furthermore, you also have the Z71 off-road package, and basically what this did was this beefed up the suspension for rough terrain. It included aluminum skid plates underneath, so it allows the car to have strength, but more importantly, it doesn't rust underneath. You get unique 17-inch rims, you get cool wheel arches and flares, and it's a distinct appearance package, but also it offers a much more rugged suspension, so when you're taking the car off-road, you know that it'll be perfectly capable. So just another nice little option, a nice little trim level for this truck. So as far as the power plant for this truck, we have a 5.7 liter V8 which produces about 320 horsepower and about 340 pound-feet of torque. Later on, there was also a 6.0 liter which produced about 366 horsepower and about 376 pound-feet of torque. Now, those engines are pretty adequate for this size truck. You know, it is a big truck. It weighs about 6,000 pounds, and you're going to need the power to pull the truck, but also to carry what you have in the back, or if you want to tow something, you definitely have all the power you're going to need for that. This truck was offered with a 4-speed automatic gearbox for the first 2 model years, and then later on we saw a 6-speed automatic transmission that was offered with the truck. So, General Motors pretty much refined this vehicle over the years because, again, it weighs so much, and they refined it in a way that will allow fuel efficiency, but also to effectively carry what's being towed. So, as far as fuel efficiency, General Motors has this thing called active fuel management, and basically what that is it's like a cylinder deactivation feature. So instead of firing on 8 cylinders, the truck will run on 4, and with that you'll save fuel when you don't need to use all 8 cylinders. Now, one of the biggest selling points with the Chevy Avalanche is the rear midgate, and what that is you can take the window down and you can fold the rear seats back, so you can fit an ATV back there, or you can fit a refrigerator, you can fit 8-foot-long pieces of plywood or drywall. So it's very versatile, and it allows the truck to be used for many purposes. So you can comfortably fit 5 people in here, and you can go on a trip to the beach, or if you really need to do work with it and carry stuff with it, if you're doing like a home remodeling project, you know, that's no match for the Avalanche either, because you can easily fold down the seats and carry all the stuff you ever need. So, yeah, it's a pretty diverse truck, and it offers all these different personalities for when you need it. The workhorse during the day, and then the cruiser at night for when you're just going through a nice drive through town. As far as interior ergonomics of the Chevy Avalanche, it's pretty much just like its sisters, the GMC Yukon and the Chevy Tahoe. There's plenty of room in here for 4 or 5 people easily. You can take this on a cross-country road trip and you'll have no problems at all. You have plenty of headroom here. You have a sunroof so you can enjoy the nice clean air. And, you know, the car is pretty much, this truck is built to last. So, yeah, there are certain areas in here which may question build quality. You know, there's use of some rather cheap materials in here, which, you know, I'm not really crazy about, but you know, this is something that General Motors fixed in the later iterations of the Tahoe and the Silverado. But other than that, everything in here has been has held up pretty well. You know, this is a truck that has 200,000 miles, and it can still go for another 1,000,000 miles, no problem. So interior comfort for this truck is very good. You have plenty of headroom. The seats are comfortable. They're very supportive. You know, it doesn't hurt your back if you go on extended drives, and that's really important because you're buying a car like this, you're buying a truck like this, and you want to use it for all kinds of purposes under the sun. So if you want to go and cruise all day with it, well, you're going to want to be sure that you can get there in comfort. So it doesn't offer such a stiff ride. Granted, it is a truck, so the suspension is a bit on the soft side, and it's nice because you're driving down the road, and it almost seems airy. You know, like when you drive the truck, you give it, you know, you turn the wheel, and when you're doing like a slalom, and it handles pretty well. So it is a truck. It's not a sports car. It's, you know, don't expect it to corner amazingly, but for what it is, it's pretty good, and, you know, I don't have any complaints with it at all. One of the other nice things about the Chevy Avalanche is that it packs the V8. So, of course, with that, it offers a very nice grunt, and if you choose to do an exhaust modification like a lot of other enthusiasts do, you're not going to be disappointed by the sound the engine makes. So that's one thing I would do if I owned this truck. So overall, what are my final thoughts on this truck? Well, you know, I've always been a fan of the Avalanche. I like as it has the familiar look of the Tahoe up front and inside, and in the back it offers pickup truck purposes without pickup truck compromises. So yeah, you know, it's not like a Suburban where you have the entire back that's completely enclosed, but you know what, it still offers bed covers, so you can still carry precious things away from all the elements. But you know, you can also remove that if you need to carry something large like a piece of furniture or a refrigerator. But this truck is very purposeful. It has many personalities, and that's good because you can use it for anything under the sun. You know, this is one of the best bang for your buck cars, and it's a shame that General Motors doesn't make this truck anymore. It was discontinued in 2013, that was its last model year, and it was not continued for the next iteration of the Tahoe and Yukon sport utility vehicles. One time I was in a parking lot and I actually saw a It was actually a Cadillac Escalade EXT, so it's basically the Escalade version of the Avalanche. And what the owner did was they took the Escalade from this generation, the 2007 through 13, and they took the front end components of the new current generation Escalade. So if you imagine the latest Escalade that's out now, they took all the front end components of that, the hood, headlights, fenders, wheels, and everything, and they basically put it on a generation Escalade as this truck is right here. And it almost looks like a modern renditioning. If General Motors was to continue making these trucks, it looks like a very nicely equipped version of an Escalade EXT. And you know, it was tastefully done, and it was custom modified, but it looked pretty good. So there you have it, guys. That is my take on the 2007 through 2013 Chevrolet Avalanche. This review is going to be pretty similar for everything across the board, like the Tahoe, GMC Yukon, Cadillac Escalade, more specifically the Escalade EXT. But with that, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Thank you very much, and take care.